What's up, guys? Flippin' Steve here on a Saturday. And I was going to come on here and say, man, overnight PSA has changed their grading system. They are now going to have a green label, which is now their gem mint. They're not changing their grading terms. It's still going to be gem mint, but it's going to be a green label. And anything that they've put out in the past 20 years that has a red label on it is now going to be classified as a mint plus. So if it has a red label on it, it's now classified as a mint plus. And now in order for it to be considered gem mint and obtain its value is to have a green label on it that says gem mint. But nobody would believe me because that's absolutely absurd and absolutely ridiculous. You would automatically know that it was an April Fool's joke. So why even come on here and try to pretend like something like that was real? Which brings me to Beckett. So I want to speak a little bit on the Beckett. I'm not going to give you the news and the rundown. So many videos out there already with the news, with the new grading scale and things like that. Go watch one of those videos, catch up on how they're going to grade and stuff now. I am going to touch on some of it though. And I'm going to throw you guys some scenarios and you guys comment below and tell me what you think and how things are going to go. The big thing is, the elephant in the room is how the value of cards are going to be affected now. If you throw a card that qualifies to be a 10, if you throw that back at Beckett and they put that 10 label on there, is it going to increase the value of the card? Or are people going to say like, well, it was gem mint before and this is what it was worth. It's gem mint now. This is what it was worth. I don't really care if it says 9.5 gem mint or if it says 10 gem mint on the label. Is the verbiage on the label going to increase the value of the card? I'm not sure, but I can tell you one thing is that it's more than likely going to decrease the value of the card on the other scenario. And the other scenario is if you have a min gem or even a what used to be considered a true gem, 4 9/5s or 3 9/5s and a 9 is now what's going to be considered a mint plus. And we all know that SGC experimented with the mint plus. Their 9.5 is a mint plus, and really it draws no extra value. Not many people in the hobby give a rat's ass about a 9.5 mint plus. And so now we're going to have that from Beckett. We're going to have that from SGC. Beckett should have looked at SGC, and that is one of the downfalls of SGC is their 9.5 mint plus. Originally, people thought it was a good idea because it would be a safety net for cards that weren't getting 10s, and it would still maybe draw them a little bit of a premium over a PSA 9. However, that didn't quite work out. People just don't like seeing those decimal points. And with that being said, you can understand why Beckett wants to go to the 10 as being their gem mint. People like to see that 10, they do. So you can't fault Beckett for doing this, but you can fault the way that they've gone about doing it because you've had lots of people who have trusted them over the years. My most recent grading return was a Beckett card that I sent in Philadelphia, and that was going to be today's video. However, I've scrapped that video. I don't want to put out any more videos of me promoting Beckett. I know I'm talking about them now, but this is me giving my thoughts on a situation. I'm not going to promote me sending my cards into them and showing you what I've gotten back. I own lots of BGS slabs that aren't going to be affected because I buy mostly thick stock cards, jersey patch autographs. They've always gone to Beckett, and you know they grade 8.5s and 9s anyway. Don't have a lot of 9.5s are going to be affected by this change. But back to gem mints that people have bought over the years that had a 9 on there somewhere, or even had all 4 9.5s. These people are probably going to take a hit in value on a lot of their cards because of the perception of someone seeing that now this is not gem mint. Now, if there are savvy people in the market, they may look at it and say, it doesn't affect the value. When this card was a 9.5 true gem, you know, it was worth this much. So just by changing the verbiage on the label from gem mint to mint plus doesn't necessarily change. It doesn't change the subgrades on the card. It doesn't change what the card was originally graded. So should it change what the card was originally valued at? That's going to be the big question. One card that I would like to use as an example, because this is a very popular card in the market, not just this card itself, but these types of cards. But a card that I was also looking at the Philly show a couple weeks ago, and I'm glad I didn't buy it now with this coming out, or even make a deal for it. But the first Bowman auto refractor of Juan Soto in baseball. Very popular card, heavily traded. It's the refractor. It's rare, but not super rare. But anyway, this card in a BGS 9.5 with an auto 10 in a true gem in its former form is about a $5,000 card. So now how does the market perceive that? How would you perceive that? How do I perceive that? Do I look at that and say, well, if it was a $5,000 card in a 9.5 gem mint with 4 9.5 subgrades, then why would the value change just by making the label a mint plus? Can you see that card just by changing the label from a mint plus now hitting the market as maybe a $3,000 card or a $3,500 card as opposed to the $5,000 card that it once was? Is it fair to kill the value of the card just because the label no longer says gem mint, even though the card is still the same card? I don't know. Those are going to be a lot of the questions, and I like to use that card because that's a card that gets traded often. I really don't have a lot more to say about it because I'm going to wait for some of the fallout to happen. I own some BGS slabs. It is what it is. I don't like it. I don't agree with it. Again, today's another day. Tomorrow's another day. The next day's another day, and I'm just going to live life, and I can't do it based on around what some of these card companies and manufacturers and grading companies and all do. I just want to speak on it a little bit. Everybody else has spoken on it. I didn't want to talk about the news, but I just wanted to put a couple scenarios out there as far as should it really affect the values of the cards, because the cards are still the same. The thing that it will affect is the perception, and perception is key. It's huge. Human psyche is a main part of buying and selling in sports cards and making money. It's probably the most underrated thing out there that people never talk about. Human psyche and what people think and what people perceive is to be what? So a 9.5 old school gem mint now becoming a mint plus, do the words matter? I guess in the end, that's my question. It's still the same card, but does the word on the label matter? I really don't know. You guys let me know what you think below. That's all I really got to say about this. Not enough to rant on this Saturday. Going to enjoy my night at work. You know, yeah, going to work. Going to try to enjoy it. Get through the weekend, put a new video out for you guys. And we're working towards the National. We have got to start getting some details on the National giveaway. Let me know what you guys think about below. Think about this below. I don't think it was a very good move for Beckett to do this to their customer base, but they also have a business aspect side of it too, where they had to shake something up. Are they going to lose their loyal customers and ultimately cost them in the end? Or are they trying to win over new customers and build towards the future? I'm not really sure. Either way you cut it, slice it, someone is getting screwed, and there's going to be people that are going to be very unhappy. All right, guys, thanks for viewing. Like and subscribe on your way out. I'll see you next time around.